So I do want us to have a strap tonight, so make sure you have a strap somewhere nearby that you can grab once we lay down. Let's just go ahead and take a comfortable seat. Our practice tonight is going to be focusing on some principles of alignment. And I got my newsletter out this afternoon, a little bit late, and I try to get it out Sunday or Monday, but I got it out Tuesday, so it's out there anyway. But our focus this week is going to be on more body-based, more physicality-based. And one of the things that kind of struck me this morning as I was doing my own practice is the importance of setting up our poses with good alignment and just ensuring that we are setting ourselves up for it with a nice foundation, stabilizing the bones, stabilizing the joints, and also allowing us to move with more ease and more safety from one pose to another. So tonight, we're going to be looking at the alignment principles in plank, in tabletop, and moving into downward facing dog, among other things. So we'll kind of get to all of that later, but let's just take a comfortable seat to start. Take a few minutes just to relax. I'm going to take one last sip of my hot tea before it's all gone. Feel your sitting bones pressing down into the mat. Allow your eyes to close if you feel comfortable doing so. And release your shoulders and allow them to drop down toward the floor. Think about if you were bringing the crown of your head up to the ceiling, creating a little extra space between your earlobes and your shoulders. And just start to feel, not with thoughts, not with words or descriptions, feel the sensations going on in your body right now. Allow yourself to become aware of the parts of your body touching the mat, touching the earth, cementing you and holding you stable. Imagine all of the energy, all of the communication flow going up and down your spine. See if you can lift your spine a little higher without straightening, without over straightening your back. Just let your energy draw the top of your back up, and then once again releasing your shoulders down. Take a nice breath in and feel it come all the way down into the base of your lungs, so all the way in. Draw breath in through your nose. Let it out through the mouth. One more time, long, smooth breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Just allow your breathing to move into a normal pattern. And imagine watching your breath as if you were watching waves in the ocean. Your breath in is the trickle of waves as it comes up on the shore. Your breath out is that wave receding back into the depths of the sea. Inhaling the wave in, exhale, receive. exhaling, and the wave goes out. Continue to picture your breath in this way. Perhaps imagine the sun fluttering over your shoulders, warming your body as you sit on the nice soft sand. Watching the wave of your breath move in and move out, always working, always in motion. Let's take 3 more breaths just like that. One more. And release it out. Begin to open your eyes, bring your visual gaze back forward. Take a nice deep breath in, lift the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, dip your chest forward and start some circles with the upper body around, nice and wide, allowing the chest to dip down on your exhale, lifting and rising on your inhale. Just feeling the rotation of your upper body, a beautiful circle. Move with your breath. Stay in sync with your breath. One more time around as you bring your chest down the next time on your exhale. Reverse the circle and move around in the opposite way. Nice and slow. Feel what's opening up already in your body. Let's go 2 more times around. And then come down on your next inhale. Come back up and come to a normal seat. All right, we're going to roll down on the mat. Make sure you have your strap nearby that you can grab. I'm going to take my sweater off. Finally warming up here with my little fire. So we're going to roll all the way down and just come down on your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll your tailbone up. Place one hand on top of each knee and then just start some small circles around with the knees, circling your sacrum, feeling your hips open up. And then circle your knees around the other direction. Just small circles. Give yourself a little massage, feeling the sensation on the sacrum, lower part of the spine. A little pressure. Always feels good. Okay, go ahead and bring your feet down to the mat. We're going to lift the right leg up. Take your strap around the foot on the right side, lifting your foot up toward the ceiling. Walk your fingers up the strap as high as they will go and still holding your shoulders all the way down on the mat. So you just want to lift up and then relax your shoulders down, holding your leg nice and straight. Take a nice deep breath in. Draw your straight right leg toward your head. Maybe walk your fingers up a little higher if that's available. Keep your shoulders planted down. As you exhale each time, allow that straight right leg to plant down into the mat. So it's almost like you're planting, like it's a big tree, and you're just planting that right leg all the way down your hip, pressing down into the earth. Breath travels up the back of the leg as you flex your foot, opening up your hamstring, opening up your Achilles. Breath traveling down with each exhalation and allowing that right leg to just be heavy and grounded. Continue that cycle of breath. 3 more full breaths. One more breath. Taking both ends of the strap into your left hand. Bring your right arm directly off the body in a T, and then draw your straight right leg across your body to the left. Allow it to come down just as far as it feels natural and appropriate. Go really, really slowly so you feel the sensation going up the side of your right leg, swirling around the outside of your knee, up into the right ankle, and maybe all the way down into the right gluteal muscle and the lower back. It's a big, long nerve ending there. The sciatica nerve attaches all of these parts of the body. So it doesn't take much to give you a lot of sensation here. Just go slowly. 2 more breaths. You can keep letting the leg come down as it feels good to you. 1 more breath. And then inhale, bring that straight right legs back up toward the ceiling. Remove the strap. Take your hands behind the right thigh, and I want you to point your toes, and then flex your foot, and then point your toes and flex your foot. Now this time point your toes and hold your pointed foot. Toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Nice stretch. You're scrunching the sole of your foot, scrunching the arch of your foot together as you bend and really open up the top of your ankle here. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, let your foot come down. Bring it all the way down to the floor. Bring your left leg up, and let's bring the strap around the left foot. Left foot comes up to the ceiling. Again, just walk your hands up the strap. Sink your shoulders down. Let them feel like they're really weighted down, like almost as if you had 2 weighted sandbags on your shoulders, and they're holding your shoulders down and really grounding. Drawing your straight left leg a little closer to your head, and then start the pattern of breath once again, feeling it travel up the back of the leg. Exhale and grounding down. Just plant that left leg like a tree as the breath comes out. In and draw up. Out and ground down. 3 more breaths here. Time up, and exhale, release. Take both ends of the strap into your right hand only. Left arm comes into a T, and then draw your straight left leg over to the right. Gently guide it inch by inch. Stop and smell the roses along the way. Remember, it's not the destination, it's the journey. So enjoy and explore. Stay in the moment. Stay in the question of what's happening to me here. What am I feeling and why? Two more breaths. Inhale and bring the leg back up to center. Remove the strap, bend your leg so you can take that strap away. And then one more time, lift it up with your hands behind your thigh. Point the left toes up toward the ceiling and then flex your foot. Point your toes and flex. And this time, point and keep them pointed. 2 more breaths. Pay attention to what's happening on the top of your ankle, top. Just don't stretch that part very often. All the little bones of your foot, scrunch up your sole. Not your soul, but your S-O-L-E, the sole of your foot, your arch. And then go ahead and release your foot. Bring it down to the mat. Hug both knees into your chest. Nice breath in, and then we're going to go ahead and roll to one side and come on back up. All right. So we're going to come on to tabletop position, do a couple of cat-cows, and then I have a little bit of a demonstration for you. So let's just get into a tabletop position to start. I realize here without my background, I don't know if you can see my legs very well. Looks like I've got this big dark void in the middle, so apologies for that. Hopefully you can see better than I can from my screen. So starting in tabletop position, let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders, stacking the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Lift up through the upper back. My feet are flat on the mat. We're going to lift the navel up. Allow it to hug the lower back and spine. Take a breath here in a nice square table position. In and out, lengthening the spine. Exhale. And then inhale next. Go ahead and take a little cow posture, letting the belly drop down, extending the upper back up and the tailbone up as you drop your belly. Nice long extension. And then exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Press up into a cat stretch. Nice deep cat stretch. Inhale, come back to cow. Exhale, bring it to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And then just take it a couple more times through on your own pace. Stopping and pausing, giving yourself a little bit more attention if there's some place where you really need it. And then just come on back to a neutral spine as you're ready. All right, you can walk your hands backward and just sit down, take a seat for just a moment. If you prefer to bring your legs around in cross-leg pose, if that's easier, that's fine, or you can sit on your feet in hero's pose. All right, so I'm going to key in on a couple of anatomical points here as we talk about alignment. So the importance of alignment. When we talk about proper alignment of the body, we're talking about supporting the bones, supporting the joints, and giving ourselves the most stable structure that we can. Turn that down instead. So, for instance, when we're in tabletop position, the importance of creating this square box, bringing my hands up to closer to the front of the mat, creating our square box. From here, all I have to do is take one leg back. I'm still in the exact table position. You see nothing changes except taking the one leg back. And then to move into plank, we simply lift the other knee right off the mat. And my back is nice and flat, just as it was in tabletop. The importance here is that my shoulders stay stacked over my wrists. So you've got all of your energy flowing up and down from the energy coming from your hands. So you're pushing your hands away, you're lifting up through your arms, and you don't have any strain on the joints as you would if you were overextended and over. That really puts a strain on the wrists. So you want to make sure that those joints are stacked as neatly as they can. From here, as you can see, to come back to table, one leg down, another leg down, and I'm in the proper alignment for tabletop. So just practicing that alone, practicing coming into tabletop in the right way and then moving into plank is very useful. One other action point for tabletop or plank is to think about your position of your hands. So we talk about Hasta Bandha, the hand to earth connection. The way our hands are planted down is important because we want to make sure that we're really paying extra attention to the area between the index finger and the thumb. All right, that helps to bring our energy toward the center rather than to the outside of your hands, which puts additional strain on the wrists. So especially if you end up having wrist issues, sometimes just really paying attention to pushing down through the thumb area can make a big difference. So one more demonstration and then we'll go through it together. I know these are really fundamental and very basic, but I did this in my class this morning and everyone found it to be enlightening in a new way, so I thought that was good too. I thought that was a good response. So starting out in tabletop, again, all I'm doing is lifting one leg back. Boom, I'm in plank. From plank position then, I have set myself properly to be able to push my hips up and back and get a nice long downward facing dog. So again, I haven't moved hands or feet. Everything is already properly aligned for me to go into my downward facing dog. And all I'm doing is pushing those thighs to the back of the mat and lifting my hips up a little bit higher. Coming back to plank, as you can see, it's one easy movement and I'm right back to plank where I should be. Knee down, tabletop. Likewise, child's pose, all I do is hinge backwards. So if everyone can take tabletop position and really start to think about starting with the proper alignment in tabletop. And you want to make sure that you're doing this at the front of your mat, because if not, then you're going to run out of space for your feet to come back. And you want to use as much of the real estate of that mat as you can to get a nice long length. All right, so tabletop position, shoulders, elbows, and wrists pressing down through the thumb and the index finger. But all 10 pads of the fingers are also really connecting, and this is helping to rebound the energy up through the palms of the hands. If your knees are directly under your hips, then all you're going to do is take your right leg back, and then from here, keeping everything else stable, left leg back, and with very, very little extra movement, you've gone from tabletop to plank. Take a breath here, push the floor away with your hands. Keep lifting through your abs. Your core is working. I realize we're concentrating on alignment and not on core energy, but of course your core has to work to hold you. And then from here in our plank, let's just simply lift our hips up, push your thighs to the back, and we're going to go right into a beautiful downward facing dog. Take a big deep breath in downward dog. Exhale, stretch and lengthen. Inhale, just come right back to plank only by shifting forward. Our shoulders are right over our wrists once again. Tabletop, knee down, press back to extended child. If you would like, you can take those hands around to the back of your body. Release a little pressure off of your wrists and sweep up that table in plank position for a little bit longer. Take a deep breath in and exhale. All right. Coming back, one more piece of the puzzle that I want to talk about as far as alignment. Because again, the reason I'm bringing this up is I see a lot of people trying to go from these basic postures and transition, and they're kind of moving around, and they're starting off and they're too tight, they're too narrow. And if you just start off with the proper alignment to begin with, it helps so much. So I'm just going to show you one other thing. So starting from tabletop position, going to plank, pushing back to downward dog. Now from downward dog, if we were coming to a lunge position, two ways we can do this. We can either bring the leg all the way up. You see my left foot didn't move at all. I simply brought my right foot up between the hands. If that's not quite in your toolkit just yet, then the other option is to do what? Is to come right back to table. Right foot comes forward, and then we just pop that left leg back up. So you can always drop the knees down, come to tabletop, and then bring your foot forward. Either way, my hands haven't moved and my back foot hasn't moved. So I know I'm in a nice, long, lunging position now, which is where I need to be. I don't want to be too close together and my back is hunching up, and I don't want to be reaching too far and letting everything sink down. All right, so let's start in tabletop position and just go through a couple of these really basic transitions, but with the idea of alignment in mind. All right, so starting off in tabletop position. Take a breath here, pay attention, make sure that you have your nice square box to start. From tabletop, right leg comes back, left leg pops back. We're now in plank. From our plank pose, we're going to just lift our hips up, press the thighs to the back. We're in a beautiful downward facing dog. Let's take a full breath here. Exhale, release. And from downward dog, we're going to move to a runner's lunge. So take one of those two methods that we talked about, either dropping the knees down or just bringing the right foot all the way forward. Either way, my left foot didn't move at all, and I know I've got that nice, long, lean left leg going for me, so I've got the length that I need for the proper alignment. All right, let's go ahead and bring the left foot forward, come into a forward fold. We'll flow up and down once and do the other side. So inhale, bring your arms all the way up, reach them overhead. Exhale and forward fold once again. Step the feet back, start back in tabletop. So just come right back down. Establish your equal sided box. From tabletop position, move to plank. This time left leg back to start. Press those hands down, right leg comes back. Beautiful plank. Those I can see look good. Press back by pushing the thighs to the back of the mat, extending our arms out. Hips are rising high, downward dog. Nice deep breath in and out, full breath here. And then to bring the left foot forward for lunging position. Either swing it all the way up in one swoop or drop the knees down, but keep that right leg where it was from our plank, okay? Lengthen through your spine, lift up through the pelvic floor, feel your strength. Beautiful alignment for lunging position. And then bring the right leg forward. Let's take a forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, this time bring your hands down, bring them around the back of the body, interlace your fingers, press your knuckles down toward the floor, lift your heart. Exhale, we're going to come to a flat back only, so only come halfway down. Your hands can rest on your lower back, or if you want a little more strength, lift them up and press your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, come all the way back up. Release your hands, upward facing on your inhale. Exhale, and forward fold. All right, step your feet back. Let's start back in tabletop position, so drop the knees down. So you see, every time you come to tabletop, I want you to think about starting off. You're setting yourself up for success if you get the alignment correct in tabletop, okay? All right, so from here, we're gonna do just a little bit of a flow. So we'll get going here and move the body a bit. All right, tabletop position. Once again, right leg back, and then left leg to plank. Take a breath here in plank. Push that floor away from your body. Be strong, engage the core. And then simply push your thighs back, transition to downward facing dog. One full breath here. Release. Inhale, come right back to plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. So with a minimum of body movement, you can simply shift forward for plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Next thing we're going to do is come to lunge position. So we're going to bring the right foot forward in one move or two steps. You decide. From our low lunge position, we're going to drop the left heel down and begin to set ourselves up for a standing position. So press down into the front right foot, lift your core energy, open your arms. We're going to come to warrior two. So my hips are now open to the left side of the mat. Breathe here. Let your shoulders relax. Let's open the palms up. Let your elbows just be kind of loosey-goosey here for a moment. That helps the shoulders to relax. And then flip your palms the other way, but keep your shoulders down. Your gaze is over your right middle finger. And once again, here's an alignment cue. Keep that right knee over the front right ankle. Remember, we're stacking those bones for the ultimate safety and stability of the body. One more breath. And then go ahead and pivot on the front right foot. Come to 5-point star with your feet parallel now. Lifting up. Bring your arms forward and your forearms up. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see me. Arms forward and forearms up. And then bringing your elbows close to each other, cross your right elbow over your left. Bring the backs of the hands together. Maybe twist them around one more time if you want. Coming to eagle arms, push your elbows forward. So you're pushing your elbows away from your shoulders, feeling your shoulder blades open up. I'm going to turn back the other way now so you know what we're doing. One more breath in Garudasana arms. And then unwind your arms, bring them back out to the side and then to your waist. Slowly fold forward, bringing your head down toward the mat. Wide leg forward fold. Inhale, walk your fingers forward, lengthen your spine. Boy, I'm awfully close to this fire. I'm getting warm now. Exhale and fold. I was cold before, but not anymore. Inhale, straighten your back and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale once again and lengthen. We're going to bring the heels in and the toes are pointing out. You're going to bend your knees, and once again, keep your knees tracking over your ankles. As you lift up, use your strength, bring your hands to your waist, and lift up to Goddess. Open your arms out to Goddess, and dip into your squat. Take a look at your legs. If your knees are tracking in too far and your booty is sticking out, I want you to make that adjustment. Make your back nice and flat. Tailbone is reaching down to the floor. One more breath. I know Goddess is a little bit of take some exertion. And then straighten your legs, bring your hands back out. See if you can transition right back to Warrior Two. So you're going to bring your right knee forward. One more breath in Warrior Two. And then take your left arm, cartwheel it around. Bring that left arm down to the mat and lift your right arm up for a lunging twist. Lift your right fingers up. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Slide your right foot back. Press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward. Knees come down to the mat. And let's press back to a child's pose for 3 full breaths. Release everything down. Up to hands and knees position. So once again, start in your table. Check your alignment cues. We're going to bring the left leg back. Right leg comes back to plank. Take one breath here. Nice strong plank position. And then we're just going to press our thighs backward, lift our hips up. Hinge upward into our downward facing dog. Nice full breath here, but all the way in and out. From downward facing dog, bring your left foot forward for your lunge. Left knee is tracking over left ankle, right leg is nice and long. Lengthen, bring the crown of your head as if it's trying to reach off the front of your mat. Lift up the right thigh, stay strong. From our lunging position, drop the right heel down. Right toes are now pointing 45 degrees. Lifting up to Virabhadrasana 2, come all the way up. Open your arms. Left knee over, left ankle. Heart is open, relax those shoulders. Look over your left middle finger. Breathe, nice, strong, steady warrior legs. One more breath. And then from Warrior Two, let's pivot on the feet, make our feet parallel. We're once again in 5-point star. From star position, bring your hands to your waist, and we're going to slowly fold forward. Coming right down, now facing off the right side of your mat. Hands come down. Let your neck relax. Inhale, come up to a nice long spine. Exhale and fold again. Inhale, lengthen, come up to fingertips. Exhale and fold. All right, this time as we inhale, we'll bring the heels slightly in, toes point out. Bend your knees, so soften your knees so that they can start to reach over your ankles. Bring your hands to your waist, and then use your upper body strength to lift up, opening the arms, coming back to goddess. Be a fierce goddess. Be a strong goddess. Deep breath in and out. One more time. All right, from goddess, go ahead and straighten your knees. Come all the way up. Come back to 5-point star. Parallel your feet. Bring your arms forward once again. Forearms are bent. This time we're going to bring them together and cross the left elbow over the right. Backs of the hands come together, or you can twist them all the way around one more time if your wrists are a little bit more twisty. Pushing your elbows away from your body, pressing them forward. Really opening up your shoulder blades in the back. Breathe here. Unwind your hands, bring them back out. Open them out. Pivot on your front foot. Dip that front knee back into Warrior Two for one breath. And then take your right hand, cartwheel it around, bring it down to the mat. Place it on the right side of your mat. Left arm sweeps up, lunging twist. Deep breath in, out. Left hand comes down to the mat. Slide your left foot back. Press back for one downward facing dog. And then roll forward, knees come down. Press back to child's pose. Take a full child or extended child, whatever feels best for you. Right now, you may want to release your wrists, maybe even circle them around a little bit. Anytime we do a lot of planks and downward dogs, and even tabletop, your wrists can sometimes use a little bit of stretching. 2 more breaths here, just relax. Tabletop position one more time. I have one more little sequence for us to go through. A little different here. We're going to just lift our knees off the mat. Press back this time directly into downward facing dog. And then walk your feet up to the front of the mat, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Once you reach the front, widen your feet a little wider than hip distance. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Make it a nice generous bend and bring your left hand around the outside of your right ankle. Bring your right hand to your waist. Start to move your navel to the right, shifting your heart, opening up, coming into a twist. When you have twisted as far as you feel naturally able to do so, then you can lift your right arm up, reaching your fingers up toward the ceiling. Breathe here. Your left elbow is bent, your left shoulder's just kind of dropping down heavily. Feeling that stretch all along the right side. This is great for the sciatica nerve, actually. This is really, it just rolls all the way up and down. All right, unwind, bring your hand back down to the mat. Take a breath, let's come halfway up. Exhale and fold once again. We're going to take that twist on the other side. So bend the right knee, bring the right hand around to the left ankle, left hand to your waist. Start twisting from the middle. So your heart and your navel comes around. Find the extent of your twist, and then when you've reached that, you can lift the left fingers up. Breathe here, relax your right shoulders down. Just let your head hang. Beautiful. Get the benefit of a twist and an inversion all in one pose. This is a real good one. All right, Bring that left hand back down to the mat. Inhale, walk your hands up the body. Slowly rise all the way up. Bring your arms up and overhead. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring them down. Bring your feet back together. Take one breath in, mountain pose. We're going to bring our arms forward. Lift them halfway up so they're at a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to start to sit down, coming to Utkatasana chair. So one more posture here, using a little bit of core strength. Again, alignment is key as we want to keep our knees pressing back. Obviously, it's hard to keep your knees completely over your ankles, but if you know that that's where you can get the most stability, it makes more sense now, right? So we don't want to be leaning over or too far behind, but trying to line those up. All right, exhale, bring your hands all the way down. We're going to bend our knees and bring our seat down. And I want you to grab your blocks, coming into a balanced position on your toes. Bring 2 tall blocks on either side of your body. So I'm sitting on my toes here. My heels are up. I'm going to loop my shoulders back, lift my heart. Key into my core by bringing everything into the center. Feel free to keep your hands on the blocks and just balance, simply with a little bit of stability through the blocks. Or if you feel stable and you want to release the blocks, you can bring your hands to your heart. And just find your stability in a sitting toe balance. One more breath if you can. All right, we're going to start to just sit all the way down. So just let your seat come all the way down on the floor. Lift up your right leg. Right hand comes behind your right thigh. My right shin is parallel. We're coming to half boat. If you're ready, and if you want to lift the second leg, bring both legs into the mix. Loop my shoulders back and down. Lift up my heart, and my back is nice and straight. Breathe here. Option to release the hands if you want a little bit more strength through the hip flexors and psoas. If you want to challenge yourself and then bring it back, you can. One more breath. And then go ahead and tap your feet down in the front. Open your knees wide and let yourself fold forward in Baddha Konasana, or rounded bound ankle pose. Beautiful. All right, come on back up. We're going to roll all the way back down again. We've done our work on the top end. We're going to go ahead and lay down. Go ahead and extend your left leg down. Draw your right knee into your chest. And take your left hand to the outside of the right knee, right arm into a T. Draw the right knee across your body. A little lower twist here. Bringing your knee down toward the floor. It probably won't reach the floor, that's okay. I want your right shoulder to stay on the floor. So we're just bringing the twist in the lower part of your body. Relax through the glute. Relax through your right shoulder. And if you wish, you can drop your right ear down toward the earth. center. Bring your right leg down. Let's bring your right leg down on the mat all the way, extend it out. Bring your left knee into the chest. Take your right hand now to the outside of left knee, left arm into a T, and draw it across your body. So we're just going to do that very same twist on the other side. Keep your left shoulder down. If you want to, you can drop your left ear down toward the shoulder. Inhale, roll everything back up to center. Let's extend everything down the mat, coming into a corpse pose for Shavasana. Bring your hands by your side. Just bring everything into a nice neutral position. Worry about here, no right or wrong, just finding where you feel comfortable and at ease. Maybe bring your visual back to the idea of your breath moving like the wave. You enjoy watching the waves of the ocean. This is a very calming, soothing idea to follow. You may even hear your breath. Hear your breath like those ocean waves. Just let everything release down. Lungs to fill and deflate. And bend your knees and draw your knees into your chest. Hug your knees in and offer yourself a sweet hug of gratitude for this practice. Working hard to do good things for yourself and your body. Your mind ready, go ahead and roll up. Before we close completely, I'd like you to bring your hands together in the front. So just bring your hands to prayer position in the front. Then you're going to open your hands like a book. Open your palms to your face. And then bring the backs of the hands together and twirl them around and bring them back. So open your hands out. Bring the backs of the hands together. Roll them back to the start. One more time, open your hands out. Roll them together and then back to the start. One more time. This time we're going to open them out to the front. So palms open to the front and then roll the backs of the hands together and back to prayer. Open your palms out, backs of the hands together, roll them and bring them back. One more time. Open, roll them back to the start. Bring your hands to the heart center. Light in me is honored and so grateful for the light within you all. May you have peace of mind and peace of heart all the rest of this evening. Thank you for practicing, and namaste. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. It was